People got to start realizing what this New Orleans Pelicans team is doing. They are quietly handling their business and they're racking up these wins. The Pelicans get it done again, get it done on the road once again, as the Pelicans sweep their road trip. They go 3-0, they go into Toronto against my Raptors, blow the doors off. Then they go into Philadelphia. They had a huge lead in that one. They were up by, as many as 30 plus points. The Sixers almost came back there, but the Pelicans did a good job of fending them off, able to win that, and then they wrap it up in Atlanta and beat the Atlanta Hawks 116-103, as the New Orleans Pelicans have won 4 games in a row. If you take it back to when it started, Friday, March 1st, they beat and blow out the Pacers. This Pelicans team, they're beating their competition. They're doing it handedly. This is the 3rd straight game in which the Pelicans have had a 20-plus point lead at one point. And with the win, the Pelicans now have a 2-game lead over the Suns and the Kings for the 5th seed in the West. Yes, while everybody's talking about, the surprise stories of the Thunder being the 1 seed, the Timberwolves making a leap this season, the defending champion Denver Nuggets, the almighty Clippers. Then you talk about that play-in tournament that looks pretty compelling with the likes of the Suns, Mavericks, Warriors, and Lakers. No one's talking about the New Orleans Pelicans, who are smacked right in the middle of that, in 5th place, who are quietly 2.5 games behind the Clippers for the 4th seed and hosting a first-round playoff series. And by the way, the Clippers come to New Orleans on Friday, and that's a team that the Pelicans have had a lot of success against. This Pelicans team, they start the season 39-25 for the first time in franchise history. So I gotta talk about this Pelicans team, guys. Do me a solid, smack that like button and smash that subscribe button down below for more Pelicans content just like this. I'm going to be talking about the New Orleans Pelicans because this team, in my eyes, guys, they are dangerously good. The Pelicans are a problem, and more people got to start paying attention to what they are capable of doing. You look at this latest win against the Atlanta Hawks, Trey Murphy III. My goodness, is he ever back? 28 points, another solid game from off the bench, 10 of 18 from the field, 6 of 13 from 3. Not to mention, he hit 10 3-pointers against my Raptors, so Trey Murphy is feeling it. He looks like this absolutely lethal weapon from off the bench. He's been lighting it up for this Pelicans team. And then you talk about Zion Williamson. I said it in a video before because I've been high on this Pelicans team, guys. This is not my first video on this team. I did a video while we're in the All-Star break, waiting for the second part of the season to start up. And I said, the Pelicans are a team you got to watch out for. And guess what? A couple weeks later, this is a team you got to watch out for. And I said, it stems largely to guys buying into their role, the bench producing, but also Zion Williamson in particular being healthy and playing up to the capability in which we know he is able to. Because when you look at Zion Williamson, he is the key, right? All those seasons, unable to stay healthy, and Pelicans fans just wondering, what if Zion would finally have health on his side? What if this thing finally came together and, B.I. and Zion played with each other? And Zion is showing that he's just got to be ready for this time of year, and he's going to perform. And I said it in that video, and I'll say it again now. Zion Williamson, healthy come playoff time, is a guy I don't want to mess with. So Zion, 27 points, 10 of 14 from the field. This is a guy that's been very, very physical, and he could play a lot better. That's the thing about Zion. I really think he can even up his game even more. You look at the stats, 27 in this one, 23 against the Sixers, 16 against the Raptors. I feel like Zion can continue to take his game to new heights. And, Brandon Ingram in a game like this, he struggled, only had 7 points. Obviously, you're going to need more from B.I. if this Pelicans team wants to realistically make a deep run. But you look at, before, he did have some 30-point outings against the Pacers. So we know Brandon Ingram is capable of being that lethal scorer. Now, before we continue on with this video, guys, I do want to announce that today's video sponsor is BetUS.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook and casino. Live betting and racebook. We're celebrating 30 years with a historic offer. A 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Plus 10% gambler's insurance. Get started today. BetUS, where the game begins.
And BetUS will give you an 125% bonus not only on your first deposit, but on your first 3 deposits up to $2,500 with the promo code JOIN125. Plus, they'll give you 10% gambler's insurance for your net losses if you're active every 6 months. If you look at the BetUS website, you can bet on the NBA, which is what I like to do. You can parlay together some games, or you can get in on a pretty interesting bet that I found. If you look at the futures of BetUS, they have something here, NBA Championship Specials Future. If you click that, you're basically betting on if one of these teams who have never won a championship before will win a championship this season. So that includes the Nets, Hornets, obviously those teams aren't winning it, Pacers, Clippers, Memphis, Minnesota, this Pelicans team, Magic, Suns, Utah. So the Pelicans are in that bunch of teams that have never won a championship. You put yes on that. Heck, you put $100 if you're feeling frisky, you can win $285. So get in on the action today. Click the link down below. Thank you to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. We got McCollum, he had 20 points in this one. He's going to be that third piece of this trio that we talk about. And, he's used to being that important second, third fiddle piece, coming on over from the Blazers where he played alongside a guy like Damian Lillard. So the Pelicans, I really like their 5. I think they have nice depth from off the bench, especially when Trey Murphy III is on a heater right now. And the Pelicans, they're just quietly going about their business. They're winning these games. And like I said, while everybody's talking about other teams, this team is going out there and they're just winning. And the Pelicans, their 4-game winning streak is the longest active streak. This was the Pelicans' 21st road win. And that's what's impressing me the most about this team, is the fact that the Pelicans are one of just 3 teams with 20 road wins this season, joining the Timberwolves, who also have 21, and the Celtics, who have 20. So this is one of the best road teams in the NBA, and that's scary because they could potentially go host a first-round playoff series in the playoffs. And then if this team can also win on the road, this is going to be a tough out in a playoff series. So the Pelicans, guys, they are one of the best teams as of late. 13-3 over their last 16 games. They've put up some quality wins as well. They're coming off a perfect 3-0 road trip. And this is a team that they're gearing up. This is a Pelicans team that have had to deal with injuries, finding themselves in the play-in tournament. If things continue to go their way and they keep racking these wins in the final stretch of the season, the Pelicans are not going to have to worry about trying to get out of the play-in or make the play-in. They're going to be worrying about trying to get a top 4 seed and host a playoff series. So that is just an ideal situation that this team finds themselves in. They're going to have a couple of big matchups this week. They got the Cavaliers and then that Friday matchup against the Clippers. Again, a team that they've beaten a couple of times already. Mega showdown with that 4th seed on the line. So this Pelicans team, they have so many pieces and they can win in so many different ways. And that's what some of the best teams do. So the Pelicans, they get it done once again. I had to show them some love in this video. Let me know your thoughts on this Pelicans team, guys. Do you think they're a realistic threat in the Western Conference? And what do you make of the Pelicans having this under the radar type of season where they are exceeding expectations and they're shooting for something special this season? Let me know your thoughts. Hit a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. That is it for me. It's Lucas signing off. As always, thanks so much for watching. I will catch you all again in the next video.